My name is Alicia Galindo. I'm still a student in high school and I've been vegan for 2.5 years. When I was around 14 years old, 14, 15, I was really into like the health and fitness lifestyle, and I would always follow like Fitspos and Healthspo Instagrams, and I stumbled upon, like one day I just stumbled upon this girl who was eating like really high amounts of fruit, and she called it the 80-10-10 diet, and I thought that was so weird. Like for lunch she would have like 6 mangoes, and I was like, what the heck is this? And so I looked more into it and I saw that lots of people were, benefiting from it, so I decided to read the book, the 80-10-10 diet, and just do more research, and I tried it out myself. And I basically went vegan, or should I say plant-based, overnight, and I never went back. And just a couple days after, I stumbled upon Gary Yourofsky's video on YouTube, The Greatest Speech You'll Ever Hear, I think that's what it's called, and I like stuck with veganism for the ethics and the environment. I hate to say it, but veganism right now is a trend. That's definitely something I've been noticing. Not that it's a bad trend, I just hope that people don't, fall off the wagon just because it's a trend. But at the same time, it's like, I think there's just more and more awareness every day of how factory farms treat their animals. It's everywhere on Facebook. I mean, it's hard to ignore. I know at least one person that lives in this city probably knows that annoying vegan. Like, they probably know of a vegan, and that's why, I don't know, and young people, it's not hard for young people to change as it is for older people, because older people are so like used to their old ways and like traditions, and it's hard for them to just like do a complete lifestyle change, while young people are just, they're flexible. They're a lot more flexible and open-minded, I think. So when I went vegan, I was living in Spain, and I had no other vegan friends there except for like my sister and my dad. And I would always do activism like online, like I'd always repost videos or post statuses or like and stuff like that, and I'd always also find YouTube videos of people doing disruptions in like grocery stores or like fur stores, and I always thought that was so inspiring, and I always wanted to do that. So finally, when I came to Vancouver at VegFest last year, so 2015, I found a group of people who did that sort of activism, and that's how I got involved, and ever since then I'm just like addicted. Like, I love activism, yeah. Like direct action type of activism, yeah. I only see people kind of disregarding my activism because I'm young, like within my family, which sounds really weird, but when I was living in Spain, and that's when I first went vegan, everyone just kind of said, oh, this is just a phase, like, you're gonna grow out of it, and like, they would laugh when I talk about animal rights, and it's always frustrating, but I got used to it. So I think direct action is important because it really kind of forces people to hear your message. It's different from like reposting things on Facebook or Instagram, because people can easily just like scroll by, and this sounds pushy, but the cause that we're fighting for really needs to be heard like as soon as possible, and it's something like we need to change what's happening to the animals like as soon as possible. So I'm really lucky because I have a sister that's really close the same age as me, basically. Like, she's just 1.5 years younger, and she's actually the one that like started talking about veganism before I ever like looked into it. She always would like low-key bring up the facts of like animal cruelty, and I always just said no, that's not true, that's just some farms, like we'll buy like grass-fed free range. And then she's like, okay, like I always ignored her, but then once I went vegan finally, she was like, oh, okay, I'll do it too. And I was like, hey. And then I'm also lucky to have like very open-minded parents. My dad was very skeptical at first, and he was like, okay, well, show me all like the documentaries and the books you've read, and I'll see what this is all about. And he did that, and he realized that it's the right thing to do, so now he's like 99% vegan. Yeah. And so is my mom. She's like trying her best to go vegan. Last summer, there's a girl around my age posted on Vancouver Vegan saying like, I want more friends that are like teenagers who are vegan too, because I don't know any vegans who are my age. And I commented being like, oh hey, I'm vegan, and I know a couple other vegan people our age too, that they're none of them are like connected. It was just kind of like separate individuals that I just happened to know that are vegan. So I was just like, I can like introduce you. And then someone else commented being like, oh, someone should create a vegan teens page. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So technically it wasn't really my idea. I got the idea from this person, I forget who it was. So then I made it, and I didn't think it was going to like be so big. Like I thought within a week it will like die and like people will stop posting, but now there's like over 1,000 members and people post every single day, and yeah, it's pretty active. There's a lot. It grew a lot over the past year. Well, it's only like a year old, so, and we do lots of meetups and stuff, and yeah. So when I first went vegan, I was in Spain, as I said, and I went to a school there. Right now I'm homeschooled, so I've never actually had to be vegan in school in Vancouver. It was just in Spain. People thought it was really weird. I mean, I remember talking about vegetarianism before that, and people were just like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not realistic. And then I remember one time there was an English class, like not like language arts, but English speaking class, and they were reading a script of something, and then they mentioned this one girl said, I'm vegetarian, and then people started talking about, why are people vegetarian? What does that mean? Blah, blah, blah. And then someone said, Alicia's vegetarian, even though I was vegan, and I was just like, oh Lord. And literally the whole class freaked out for about 10, we like had like a 10-minute delay, because everyone was like asking me questions from like one side of the room to the other side of the room, and like everyone was having side conversations like, oh my god, like how do you like not eat burgers anymore? And then people were like, why are you vegan? Like, where do you get your calcium? Like all these questions, and it was just like really overwhelming. But I always try my best to answer all the questions people ask me and give them some like education. And yeah, what I do, or like what helped me, definitely find like vegan friends online, as weird as that sounds. But like if you haven't, what I did was I started an Instagram mainly based on veganism and like health, and from that like I put hashtags on my photos so other people could find my photos in my Instagram, and from that I gained lots of followers and I followed lots of people, and I've made quite a few friends online. Like I've never met them before, and I still haven't met them yet. I like that's what helped me, because I mean if like I can't imagine if I didn't start an Instagram like that, I would not have anyone to like rant to or anyone to relate to, just like my family, that's all. So that's what I would do. And also just like educate yourself a lot, so if people ask you questions, you have like solid answers and you know what to say, and that way the other argument can't convince you otherwise, if that makes sense.